Week number 6, college football top 25, and I'm ready to roll. I mean, roll. We won again last week in the top 25. Why not again this week? Let's go. LSU and Missouri. LSU just really overrated, I guess, against the spread, right? I mean, 19-point favorite against Arkansas, 17 and a half. Couldn't get the job done. It was a close game, almost lost it outright. And now they got to face Missouri after coming off a huge back and forth game with Ole Miss. It's not going to happen again. Missouri, underrated. LSU, overrated. I'll take the points at home with Missouri plus the 6. Maryland against Ohio State. Ohio State, they're playing under the radar. They're getting the job done. They're winning. They just come off a nice win. Maryland, under the radar all year and last year. 5-0 Maryland, getting 20 and a half. I think it's too high. Have to back Maryland plus the 20 and a half. They got enough offense to keep it close. Their defense is obviously going to give up a lot of points. A lot of points have been put on them with Ohio State in past matchups, but I think they can hang within 20 and a half. Take Maryland plus the points. Biggest game of the day, Oklahoma and Texas, and I know everybody's riding Texas, and I see majority of the players out there playing Texas. They love them, but I'm siding with Oklahoma. I'll take a touchdown too. Buy a half point to 7. Get a touchdown in this game. This is going to be a close game, closer than you think, and I think Oklahoma can beat them outright. Texas is good, but I think Oklahoma sneaks in and they win this one. Ranked Washington State against unranked UCLA. Most of the times you would go with the favorite or what doesn't make sense, and that's what I'm doing now. UCLA minus the 3, buy it down a half point against Washington State. I know Washington State has been covering, and I know they're a strong team. I've went against them many times. I hope I don't get burnt this time, but this line doesn't look right, and it should be 8 based on the power ratings. UCLA at home minus the 3. Virginia Tech and Florida State. Florida State's been off for a week, I think, right? Virginia Tech, they're only good at home. They're no good on the road. As you can see, road loss to Rutgers by 19, 35-16. They lost to Marshall on the road. Virginia Tech, just a home team. That's it. At night, at home, bet Virginia Tech like last week. On the road, different story. Florida State loves to run up the score. They can do it quickly with long passes down the field. This is going to get very ugly. Could be 28-35 nothing at halftime. Lay the points with Florida State. Syracuse against North Carolina, and this is all about line value here with Syracuse coming off of a loss 31-14 to Clemson. North Carolina coming off a huge win, but North Carolina really hasn't played anyone. I mean, if you look at their schedule, look who they played. They played Pittsburgh, no big deal, 41-24. Pitt's way overrated. They stink. Minnesota stinks, 31-13. They barely beat App State by 6 at home. They haven't played anyone. Line value here, yes, because Syracuse coming off a 17-point loss to Clemson. Take Syracuse all day plus the points. Alabama, Texas A&M at Texas A&M. I don't know why Texas A&M doesn't get any credit. I mean, all they do is win. They're 4-1. They beat Arkansas pretty badly last week. Auburn 27-10. UL Monroe 47-3. You know, bottom line is Alabama is just like the Patriots of the old. Patriots, they're overrated. They're not the same team as they used to be. Texas A&M at home plus the points. Kentucky, Georgia. Line is 14, up to 14 and a half, above that key number of 14 for a reason. Georgia will stomp Kentucky. Absolutely stomp Kentucky. Kentucky can't throw the deep ball. They can't throw deep. Georgia's defense is way too tough. It's due to cover. They're due to cover. Georgia hasn't covered all year. They're due, and the lines makers know that. That's why they set it at 2 touchdowns. Get it in early if you're taking Georgia because it's going to go up. Here's another blowout. Michigan against Minnesota. Minnesota is garbage. I don't care if it's 20, and I don't care if it's on the road. I'm laying it with Michigan. They definitely need to impress the pollsters. They haven't covered the first couple games out, but there's line value here, actually. Should be a 3.5 point. There should be 3 touchdowns favorite here against Minnesota. They're laying 20. They'll win by 3 touchdowns or more. Mississippi just not getting any credit. People don't like to bet Mississippi for some reason, but they continue to cover. I know Arkansas is pretty good. They can hang within games, but not this one. Mississippi's going to be sky high after their win at home last week against LSU. They get to play back-to-back home games. Mississippi, lay the points. Notre Dame, Louisville's a tough one, but I'm going to back Notre Dame here, minus the points on the road against Louisville. I know there was a big move on Louisville today. That Louisville, the line went down from 6.5 to 6 to 5.5. But I got to side with Notre Dame here. They're a much better team, much better players. And Louisville, I know they're 8-0 at home the last 8, but I'm taking Notre Dame. They're a much better team. Georgia Tech lost to Bowling Green. They were a 21-point favorite at home against Bowling Green, but I got to back them here against Miami. Just too many points. Cal showed me enough last week. They didn't cover, weren't even close to covering against Arizona State. I'll take Oregon State in a wake-up call and a blowout against Cal. I'll take Fresno against Wyoming, although the line looks a little fishy, and I'm going to back Arizona plus the points over USC.